Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. I hope that you guys had a great New Year's. This video is actually inspired by a hike I took on New Year's with my boyfriend. We went to Christmas Tree Cove and I just found the most beautiful and really cool, unique rocks and just other found objects. And I was like, you know what? These are gonna make really cool visual cues for you guys, okay? So the focus on this video is going to be honestly messages from the sea or mermaids or anything along those lines, because this is going to be my first timeless reading. So I've gone ahead and drawn several piles for you. There's actually 4 to choose from today, and we'll draw tarot on top of that. So I don't really know what's coming through, but I feel some really good energy and I really wanted to just jump on and record this for you guys. So if this is not your first rodeo, I will see you at your chosen pile. If you're new here, a special hello to you. My name is Zach and I use a natural psychic ability to read the tarot and to create the oracle for you. But before you begin and choose a pile, I need you to ground your energy so that you and I can link up somehow, somewhere in time and space, so that this reading can mean that much more to you. So take a couple deep breaths, maybe turn off your phone. Sorry, I almost dropped my iPhone. So take a couple deep breaths, maybe turn off your phone, just really tune into the present moment. It just helps me really pull through the most useful information for you guys, okay? So without further ado, let's take a look at these 4 piles. All right, so here are the 4 piles that we have to choose between. Over here is pile 1, it is a hagstone. Pile 2 is shells. Pile 3, mermaid tears or sea glass. And pile 4 is another hagstone. So take as long as you need. Feel free to pause the video to meditate. Choose the pile that you feel is drawing you in the most. Once you've made your selection, you just have to scroll down to the pinned comment in either the description box or the comment section below. Find your corresponding timestamp and I will meet you at your reading. Hello pile 1 and welcome to your reading for everyone who chose this first hagstone. So what's really cool about a hagstone is that this hole is naturally made, either by erosion. This one though I'm sure is a snail, and it quite literally is able to bury through this rock over a long time, and has gone clear through, okay? What's really cool about this is that it's said to, be able to have a lot of protective powers, okay, and abilities, especially regarding healing, okay? And for whatever reason, I'm really attracted to hagstones. And like I said in the intro, I went to Christmas Cove over the weekend, and I was able to find not 1 but 2 of these. So now I have 3 in my collection. I think they're very powerful, okay? So maybe, or for whatever reason, you guys were interested in these. The other cool thing is it's said to be able to see through, or be able to see the unseen when you peer through this hole, right? So this was collected by the ocean, so potentially being able to see sea sprites, mermaids, anything of that nature. I just think they're really, really fascinating, okay? I don't know why I'm stuck on this right now. So you guys chose this. So I'm just gonna set it over here, okay? Now let's take a look at first your animal medicine card, and then we'll dive deeper into this message. Okay. Owl, and in reverse. Okay, so I'm never going to sugarcoat on this channel because it distracts me and it confuses the message. But just know if I ever deliver something that at first seems negative, just know I will always shine a light on the other side, okay? Because we live in a world of duality, right? So honestly, personally, to me, owl is a negative omen, okay? I love owls though, okay? They're also a symbol for wisdom, okay? The number 21 is also very significant to me. It's a positive number. I know that Athena, the goddess of war, right? Or intellectual wisdom, all of that perhaps. She also loves owls and identified with them, and it's because through her keen insight, she was able to provide information, the whole truth essentially, okay? So the owl can share what is unseen, right? And so by utilizing her own wisdom with owl, you know, she was able to get like this grand picture, okay? But to me, again, back to the beginning, owls, yikes. Especially in daylight, you never want to see an owl, okay? And I've had personal experiences with this. I was in the middle of a field one time doing a photo shoot, and I saw an owl in broad daylight fly across sort of like the corner of the field into a thicket of trees, right? And I just got this random urge to call my ex at the time. And it literally happened like 30 seconds before he had gotten a flat tire and was like trying to figure out how to get his car towed so he could get his tire changed. And it was just like the weirdest synchronistic event. Another time, I just don't want to fill you guys with fear. I just think it's really fascinating. I think that's what I'm commenting on right now. They're just, it's a symbol of deception, okay? Especially in reverse when it came out. It's a symbol of deception, okay? Usually self-deception, but it's also about magic, okay? But I sense you utilizing magic, black magic, instead of, you know, tuning inwards to figure out, okay, where you should be going, or if something's not coming in that you desire, there's obviously some sort of blockage going on, okay? So we'll get a little bit more information, okay? This owl card, it's very interesting. I honestly want to start with this guy. Love. Okay. Wow. Okay. Very interesting. Love. Okay. So let's, you know, go ahead and pull this romance card. Engagement. Wow. Okay. Your love life is ascending to a higher level of commitment. Okay. To me, this could talk about... okay. I'm honestly right away reaching for this new deck that I created. How amazing does that look on camera? I made this deck specifically about romance, okay? Just for some clarifications. Like I said in the beginning, I have no clue where this message is going. It's interesting right now. Wow, okay, so the first card we have is I love you. That's beautiful, okay? So this honestly could be, some of us could be receiving messages in our dreams regarding love or a premonition on engagement, okay? But I gotta say, in reverse, it feels like there's something, some shadow aspect that's not being shared or not being acknowledged by you, pile one, especially in all things related to love, okay? I just feel like you're not being true to yourself, or you're not being honest, or you're settling somehow, okay? Now, that's not going to be for all of us, but that's for the majority of us. For others, we are getting a message in our dreams. We should pay attention to our dreams, specifically regarding romance or a romantic partner. Ebb and flow, I like that, okay. Okay, interesting. Take this one slow. Okay, so what I'm getting is that, yeah, there's something under the surface that you guys aren't seeing, perhaps because there's a lot of love in the air. I see you guys picturing yourself with this person and taking those visualizations very far. And yes, some of you guys are utilizing your imagination and manifestation skills to bring something into being that's not quite meant for you, okay? I see it as in like a partner and like tying someone into you so that you don't have to worry about your finances. Honestly, I'm being honest with you guys, okay? I just see something that's not meant for you that you are calling in as a sort of way to cover up something, okay? Now, I don't want you guys to like click out of this because I'm very curious. We're gonna read some tarot cards, but this is what I'm getting, okay? I feel it's just like, it's like you're afraid that you're not gonna find someone worthy or someone to love all the dark parts of you, because the owl is also about loving the shadow side to you, okay, and acknowledging that it exists and it has equal weight to the positive aspects, okay? Love, wow, okay. It's almost like you're choosing love over yourself, and you're choosing, you're making decisions based out of, they're almost irrational, okay? There's some element that you guys are not seeing that is hidden, okay? That is why this owl is coming out. It's just curious that these totally unrelated decks came out to have this strong message of love. Okay, so before we get into the tarot, let's look at these two cards. So this is going to be the energy that you're leaving and the energy that you're approaching, okay? Trust the niggle. What is the niggling feeling trying to tell you? Okay, yes, now it's making a lot more sense. Okay, this owl card, and then we're align your life. What is, wow, okay. Okay, now this reading makes a lot more sense to me, okay? So these two cards, first off, this one, align your life, okay? What is not aligned or needs to change? This is the only card in the deck that is not like any of the other cards, okay? The art direction was taken in a totally different direction. This figure is completely fractured, okay? Her eyes are on two different pieces of glass. It's just like, yeah, this owl, this deception, okay? There's something in your life is not aligned, okay? I feel like it has to do with like you making decisions out of love, and that's like only one facet of reality, okay? It's like, how about your talents or your career or other relationships, okay? Trust the niggle. What is the niggling feeling trying to tell you? This card right here lets me know that you know what I'm talking about, okay? And I'm hitting it kind of right on the head, maybe even a little bit beating the dead horse, okay? This niggle, it's such a funny word. You have to just treat it or it will not do anything but rob you of energy, okay, pile one? Whatever this seems to be about, we're going to draw some clarifiers here in a moment, okay? You know the truth behind the situation. You're just afraid to do anything with it. And I'm not scolding you, but I'm just telling you that if you continue to ignore this, it's not going to go away and it's going to bleed into other areas of your life, and you're just going to keep injuring yourself and others until you address this. Now, this is something small though, okay? Something that's not gigantic is what I feel. Just a change of course is what I see in your direction or your future. Okay, you guys? I see you moving away from potentially, love, relationship karma, hopefully pursuing yourself for a little bit. Okay? I feel like only a few people are going to choose this pile, just because, I know it's not sounding like glamorous, but I can only share with you guys what I feel. I'm honestly going to take a little sip of coffee right now. Because I don't want to just give you sort of like negative aspects, but I can only tell you guys what I see. And right now I see someone who is evading, okay? Evading, avoiding something in their life. They're trying to sidestep some aspect that you cannot sidestep. And the reality is, once you acknowledge what this seems to be about, okay, once you trust this feeling that you're having and do something about dealing with it, you will have so many doors open up, okay? That's the light side, okay? Remember I was saying there's always a shadow and a light, okay? But right now you guys are focusing on the dark, okay? You're focusing on what won't happen, right? What if this doesn't work out? What if there is no engagement? What if there is no love this year for me? Oh my God, like you have every other year of your life ahead of you is what I want to say to that, okay? There's some times when you need to sit a beat and focus on yourself, your career path, your spirituality, your body, your mental health, physical health, okay? There's something that's, it is on your mind. You have gotten insight on this, okay? And it's time to address this, or you're just going to continue to meet roadblock after roadblock. Shadow side. Light side is, once you deal with this, you have all this energy freed up, okay? The universe can work with you because it sees that you're willing to co-create. But if you continue forward with blinders on and ignore everything and try to force a situation, I was getting that idea of forcing an engagement or forcing someone to love you or trapping someone in a relationship, okay? Very bad, guys. You don't have to do that because you have more power than that, right? It's just you are trying to avoid some sort of responsibility. Let's take a look at the tarot for anyone who's still here in this this reading. You're a very brave soul if you are, okay? Again, I have to sort of underscore, I'm not trying to scold you guys or do anything like that. Here are our first two cards. Yeah, literally. Okay, so that's super funny. So what we see right here is ignoring, okay, this aspect, this opportunity that's trying to come in, okay, and this tower moment, right? I know that you guys could sense this coming, right? I honestly am not surprised that this tower came up, okay? But the tower, it's not necessarily a bad thing, okay? One quick message for a very few of us, you guys are doing really well spiritually, okay? And this tower can represent enlightenment, okay? Because the owl can represent magic and wisdom, okay? White magic. And then this trust the niggle, it's like really tuning into your intuition, okay? Your psychic ability, psychic senses. I see their third eyes aglow. And then this love card, okay? But I really don't feel like that's many of us, but that one person who is here, perhaps there was another pile that you guys are interested in, but for the majority of you, I just see you pushing through regardless of you knowing that it's not the right direction, okay? This tower has to come down. What I like to describe with this tower moment is like, visualize for me just a second a pyramid, you know, all the bricks, okay? Try to focus on all the bricks. Now, try to imagine pulling a brick from the bottom of the pyramid in order to pave a road, okay? Like a yellow brick road going off in a new direction, okay? But you only pull blocks from the bottom of this pyramid. Eventually, it's going to be so top heavy and resemble like a Christmas tree that pyramid is just going to topple right over, okay? Because you were pulling blocks from the very bottom when you should have pulled them from the top, you know, because that's a much more sustainable approach to paving this new path forward, okay? And that's what I see for you guys. You guys really crave stability, right? I can see that. Or at the very least, you guys could really, really utilize some stability in your life right now, okay? So this cups, yeah, the energy of emotion or relationships, okay? To me, I think that you guys are very curious about love and romance. So I'm going to draw a couple more clarifiers from this glorious deck. Holy cow. Let's just see if I can get a little bit more information, please. Small bump, safe to love. Okay. Small bump says there is a little misstep, okay? I think that someone was perhaps a little unfaithful, but I think it was something small, just a kiss or a miscommunication, okay? And it's not something that we need to blow out of proportion, okay? Safe to love reaffirms that for me, especially with this engagement card, okay? And love, okay? I see you guys making some progress in your life, or, you know, understanding that we are at the point where it's time to make that progress, okay? There are decisions that need to be made. There is something that is on the wings that is trying to grab your attention, okay? But for some reason, you just, it's not appealing to you. And I think it's because you guys have an ungrounded root chakra, because you guys are really needing to feel some level of security. So let's go ahead and pull, you know, a clarifier from this red deck, okay? What is this tower moment about? Can we get a little bit more? Summer crush. Holy Toledo. This is such an interesting reading. I keep trying to pull it in like a, sort of like a, let's develop a little bit of a self-concept before we go down the road of love kind of interpretation. That's what I'm pulled to the most. But look at you guys. You keep getting these clarifiers of love. Okay, so this tower card can honestly talk about peak sexual experiences too. But to me, I just, especially with these cards, and because Owl came out upside down and you guys do have the tower, it's almost like you're trying to alchemize someone to love you when it's not meant for you, okay? And it's like, I'm almost getting defensive for that person. It's like, stop trying to take from their energy is what I really want to say. It's like literally my hair on the back of my neck is trying to raise up right now. And it's my healer in me wanting to protect them, because I feel like you guys simply don't understand what you're doing, because I think that you all are powerful, okay? Whoever chose this pile, I think that you guys perhaps do work with magic to a degree, or you really use your alluring qualities, your attractiveness, to seduce people into doing things instead of doing them yourself. What a very interesting message. I feel like I don't know how to bring this in the other direction, okay? This summer crush, it's like you gotta let it go, right? You have to let this one pass from you, okay? And the longer you avoid that, right? We were getting, this idea of avoiding. The longer we do that, the more dragged out it's going to be. Here's your big message, okay? Pile 1, let go or be dragged. That is like one of the most powerful perspective shifts I've had in my life ever. Let go or be dragged, okay? Because there is something better for you, okay? I know I'm focusing on the shadow aspect, but it's because I'm trying to get you to understand and see what you're doing is what I think, okay? Let's see if we can perhaps get one more card, okay? One more card for pile 1. What a very interesting, bizarre reading, okay? Don't hate me, okay? You don't hate me, but you can hate my chipped nail polish. Okay, what came out? 3 of Wands in reverse. Okay, impatience, right? I just get this idea that you guys, things are moving too slow for you at this time in your life, and you really want them to move faster, but the passion is not there because this is not the person for you, okay? This message, it seems to be from the literal mermaids themselves, the sirens of the sea. They are the queens of seducing, okay? And what I'm getting is that you guys know that this is a no-no. Okay, if this is not about love, I highly doubt it. But if it's not about love, but, self, concept or career, you guys know that there is you guys need to do some inner work, okay? You need to consult yourself, just sit down and just, honestly, I would highly recommend that you guys book a personal reading, okay? You don't have to do it with me, but I have all that information down below. If you guys really want to develop a sense of self-confidence and a self-concept, okay, you can book a reading with me below. We'll take a closer look at what seems to be going on here, okay? But this is a general reading, and I think that this is as far as I'm going to take it. All right. So some final words, okay? We have to trust a little bit in the process. I just keep hearing let go or be dragged. Okay, so what that really means is that, it is a co-creation, right, with the universe. It is not just, something we do because we're not the only people in the world. There are other factors at play here, okay? So when we really want to move in a direction, whether that be love or career, we can do some of it, but if we try to force it, what we really are telling the universe is that we don't have it, okay? And the more that we can let go of our attachment to this, the sooner that it will come in, okay? That's my advice for you, okay, pile 1? Go out there, get some white sage, honestly. I think you guys could really benefit from cleansing your aura. Okay, some Palo Santo. Listen to some healing hertz. Music sounds off YouTube. Sorry to be so clunky there. And I just know that I'm not being flippant, but I'm just saying what I see. Okay, so that is the end of your reading, pile 1. I hope that you enjoyed it. Remember, try not to read me for filth, but you can comment on my nails. They're patchy as hell. And until next time, pile 1, stay divine. Hello, pile 2, and welcome to your reading for everyone who chose these beautiful shells, okay? I chose these because one was light, one was dark, and we really like to talk about duality on this channel. So I'm gonna set those guys over there and take a sip of coffee. Okay, so let's see what, this message from the sea has in store for you. Pile 1 was a trip. It was certainly one of the most interesting and more difficult messages I had to relay. I'm pretty sure pile 1 is not a fan of me, but I just kind of honestly want to reiterate with you guys that The best thing I could ever do as someone who channels and does tarot readings is provide, whatever comes through, okay? It's really important that I remain neutral and unbiased and just share, okay? Because if I try to protect someone, that just enables you guys to avoid yourself, right? I just wanted to get that message out. So let's start with your animal medicine card. Squirrel. Great. Such a better energy, honestly. Okay, so the squirrel is about gathering, okay? So honestly, this card comes out when it's a time in your life when you guys are desiring more. You want to go in a new direction. You want to bring in love. It's just you want to shift your energy and to bring in more, okay? It's like you guys are manifesting. It's just the energy of expansion, okay? New directions, new ideas. It's like bringing in more. You want more, whether this is a new car, an RV, a bigger apartment, better job, new relationship. So when this card comes out, it says to honestly bag up all your old clothes that you don't want anymore, old items, and donate them to Goodwill so you free up that energy, okay? I know that you guys are thinking that was an oddly specific message to come from such an abstract card, but I'm just telling you from my own personal experience, okay? So when you want to bring in something more, the best thing that you guys can do right now, pile 2, is to clean your house, like make your bed, wash the dishes, vacuum everything, okay? And clear out all of the clutter because you're being prepared to go into a new direction in your life, right? One of the really cool messages in this animal medicine deck is when the squirrel utilized the power of the eagle and became a flying squirrel, okay? Right? This squirrel is obviously very grounded. Sorry. And a flying squirrel, obviously can't, fly, it glides, but, the energy of that, right? This squirrel is not a flying squirrel, would never be able to do the things that a flying squirrel is capable of doing, regardless of it not being able to actually fly, okay? But it's like gathering your, energy, it's like also freeing it up, right? If you have too many things, if you have too many irons in the fire, too much, it's clutter on the mind, okay? I swear by this, pile 2. If you keep your bed made and you commit to that daily, you keep the sink clear of dishes, okay? You just keep the clutter around the house to a minimum, you really start to see, new things come into being, okay? So that's the first message, okay? So let's go ahead and draw this guy, garden. Okay. Yeah, okay. I see you guys, potentially nurturing, okay, yourself with better food, okay, is the message that comes through first, but it's also taking your attention off the task at hand to give back to nature. It's the idea of like literally just getting your mind out of this manifestation that you guys very clearly want to bring in, okay? There's some goal you guys identified recently, perhaps with this new year. I also just remembered that it's a waxing moon. We're literally like just a few days ago was the new moon. So it is the perfect time to grow the seeds of an intention, okay? That's perhaps what this garden card is talking about, okay? You guys might want to quite literally plant seeds of intention, okay? So like literally take seeds in your hand, fill them with the intention of, okay, let's just say, I want a 6-pack, right? So here's just a little crash course in magic for you guys, I guess is what I want to be sharing right now. So you look at these shells or seeds, okay, we're pretending they're seeds right now, and you just fill these seeds with this visualization in your mind of a 6-pack, and this is crucial, by a certain date, okay? You should set in your mind a certain date. Like, I want to see this 6-pack before my 30th birthday, okay? Not to shade myself right now. Anyways, and so you do that, okay? You fill these seeds with that intention, visualize as strong as you can, and you plant them in the ground, and then you let that go, okay? That's what's really crucial right now. I think that pile 2 is trying to bring in something, whether this is a job, someone to notice them, a relationship. We can get some more information here shortly. Okay, but it's this aspect of garden and clearing this energy that you need to sort of like prepare for this to come in, right? It's the energy of preparedness, right? And one of the best things that you can do is to clear and cleanse your space in order to be receptive of new energy and clear out the old, as well as getting your mind off this, okay, by Garden. It just says sort of fresh air, focusing on something else, okay? So let's take a look at this romance card. Express your love. Go ahead and make the romantic gesture. Interesting. Okay, so before we look at this any further, I created this deck over the weekend. I know, you guys were not prepared. Look how incredible that looks on camera. Not bragging, come on, that's remarkable. So this deck that I created over the weekend is specifically for romance, okay? And since I'm not really getting a hit off this, I want to just draw on it. We already have a couple. Okay. Wow, okay, so the first one that came out, oh, there's another one. Okay, cool. This first message, just text them, right? I don't know that this could be any more specific, right? Especially with express your love, go ahead and make the romantic gesture. Cool. So what I get is that this honestly might be very good for you, okay, pile 2? If you are trying to bring in a new job, work from home, a career move, relationship for some of you, something, a new car, something physical is what I'm getting, right? I think that, focusing on perhaps relationships, dating a little bit, could be good, We're really trying to emphasize taking our energy elsewhere and not focusing on what we're trying to bring in right now, okay? By utilizing the energy of the squirrel, we want to clear and cleanse our energy, so it's like we're about to receive something, okay? But I get that you need to take the step right now as far as expressing your love with someone, okay? Now, I think that this message is mostly for my singles out there. So if you are currently in a relationship, I don't necessarily see this being a message for you. But for anyone who's single, it's like just text them, okay? Come on, especially with this express your love, go ahead and make the romantic gesture. There's too much, energy wasted by sitting at home and just thinking like, I want them to text me first, right? Literally, what if they're themselves in the same exact shoes thinking like, why won't they just text me first, okay? Save everyone the trouble, If this relationship is meant to be, they will be elated, to have you text them, okay? Or to make the first move, okay? Or to ask them out, right? It's just like I think that some of you, don't find yourself attracted to people often, or you're attracted to a very particular person, okay? But it's like, you're afraid to make this move because if it doesn't work out with them, then you're like, oh my God, like how long is it going to be until I find another person that I'm interested in, okay? But the thing is, you just have to sort of, get it over with, because then you can move your energy again into somewhere else. It's like house cleaning, okay? Cleaning house, cleaning out the skeletons of the closet. I see you guys just being a little bit more confident too. I like that energy from this text them first card, okay? Not trying to be perfect. Okay, to me, this says that this person that you're interested in is, they're developed, okay? They have a definite sense of self-concept. They're not trying to be perfect because that's just an illusion, and we all have our own little realities that we live in, and each one of them is different, okay? Not trying to be perfect, to me, says that they're very relaxed, very laissez-faire, if any of you watch Drag Race. Laissez-faire, right? They don't really care too much right now, okay? About trying to impress you, but honestly trying to impress anyone, okay? I'm getting this card as, describing them, whereas this is kind of like talking to you guys, I think. I think you are interested in this person for the right reasons. They have a strong sense of self-concept, right? They're self-confident and self-aware, okay? So I think that this is great, right? I would message them. I would maybe come out of your shell a little bit, pile 2, okay? This express your love, it feels like, I don't know, I think in the past you guys have had relationships that weren't like the best for you, but I think that, yeah, you guys are preparing for something new, okay? You're gathering your energy reserves. I think that you guys are honestly moving in a direction that's really favorable. I think that you guys are about to have a really good relationship, okay? And then the last card is near, far, wherever you are, okay? I will always love you, right? I think is what the end of that song says. So that to me says that It kind of feels like this is a separate message, okay? Because this is a general reading. I can only be so specific. This message seems to be unrelated to these cards. And it feels like I have someone in this pile, group 2, who is pining over someone, okay? Actually, they are pining over you, pile 2, okay? If you've had someone on your mind recently, you just can't get them out of your head, most likely they're thinking about you, especially if you feel neutral about them, okay? So, but if I were to read these together, again, it's just this energy of like, I like this for you, okay, pile 2? And if you if pile 1, you know, that reading I just did, which would tell you anything, I am not afraid to tell you exactly how I feel about this, okay? But I like this, and I don't often say that. I think relationships are really some of the most difficult things that we can do on earth, right? Because it's really hard to maintain a self-concept while being attached to someone, and it's really hard not to be codependent. But I sense this as being a really good person for you. Okay, pile 2. Is there anything else I can get for you about this? You know, let's we'll go with this one. I'm just curious. I don't know if this will even tell us anything. Yeah, okay. That was weird. Maybe someone in here really is interested in buying an RV or going RVing, or at least like an attachment to this car. Okay, but I also get the energy of moving, okay? For some reason, I do think that my pile 2 is like interested in like going somewhere new. Maybe what you're manifesting is a move, okay? Or wanting to move in together, okay? Like I said, I didn't even know if that was gonna clarify this, but it clearly did not, okay? But just to reiterate, I really like this person for you guys, okay? I'm very interested in them. So let's move forward. Actually, that card was part of what I drew for you. So these two cards are spiritual cards, okay? Basically the energy you're moving away from and the energy you're moving into. Okay, Lemuria, creating heaven on earth, it's happening. And then play, have fun, celebrate, don't be so serious. Yes, yes, yes. Okay, cool. I think that you guys were doing a lot of work recently, okay? Because I'm more spiritually inclined, I would call this manifestation, but some of you who are not spiritually inclined, just really be setting, you know, a very solid foundation, okay? You guys have been really climbing the career ladder, dotting all your I's, crossing all your T's, making all the connections, really good at networking, building a community, building something within your realm of talent or experience, okay? Creating heaven on earth, literally, okay? It's happening. So this play card, though, coming out in combination with this squirrel and garden, okay? Have fun, celebrate, don't be so serious. That is exactly what you guys need in order to bring this manifestation in, right? I really do see you guys bringing in something new, okay? Your energy in this card is a lot more fun for me to read, okay? I feel very inspired to be reading for you guys. And I almost sense that some of you guys just lack a tiny bit of confidence, okay? And that is the key to bringing your manifestation in, okay? Because when you can detach from it, you can bring it in, right? When you can detach from it, what you're saying is that you trust that it's coming, because the reality is, if you desire it, it's already existing, okay? It already exists. Desire is a real emotion, right? It's intangible, you can't touch it, but it is genuinely real, okay? So when you can realize that anything you desire is coming for you, as long as you keep holding on to that, it will come into you. You can stop at any moment to be like, I don't want that anymore, and work on manifesting something else. But I think that you guys came really far with this manifestation, and you just need to do a couple of these things that we've talked about, right? Do a little bit of gardening, okay? Get your mind off this, okay? Direct your energy elsewhere, okay, is what that could also say. Invest in it, okay? And something else. The squirrel, cleanse the energy, clear out the dead. Okay, this literally means to me, like, okay, what is hanging around the house that could go? Like, what is dead energy, essentially? Oftentimes that's clothes that I could donate, or old tools, like things like that, okay? I see you guys moving from this work period and like laying all the bricks in the foundation, and then stepping away from this so it can grow a little bit. Okay, pile 2? This is really beautiful, positive energy, right? This play card, I sense that some of you here don't want to take it seriously, but this is when you will become a master manifester. When you realize that when the work is done, it is time to let that go, or, to loosen up, lighten up a bit, have a little bit more fun, celebrate. If we can be a little less serious, that is actually the key, because what that is letting go, right? That was kind of a message in pile 1 as well. Let go or be dragged, right? But this is very different for you guys, okay? Because you guys are in a much better headspace. This is a hurdle though, right? It's difficult to spend so much time wanting something and bringing it in and not see it immediately, but it just simply isn't time yet because there's some energetic block, right? And I think it is that you guys are just focusing so hard on it that creates a block, right? Because again, it reaffirms to the universe that you don't have it, but you just gotta let it go, right? I know that's easier said than done, but you just gotta let that go, okay? Because it will come in as long as you have a good self-concept and self-confidence and you are self-aware. You will be able to understand and feel that this is real and that it is coming in, okay? Whether that be love, a career move, or anything in between, okay? Your reading is getting a little bit longer, so let's go ahead and just draw a couple tarot cards. What do I want to ask about? Okay. Honestly, whatever the tarot wants to tell me, I'll pick up on it, you guys. Okay, you too. Okay, yeah. So this Empress in reverse, okay? It's over here. It says, don't be so serious. Okay, she is a creator. She is creation herself. She's love and beauty. I got nurturing earlier. Remember eating better food, more sumptuous, okay? Taking care of your body or health, right? I get that. Very grounded, nurturing energy, okay? And then the Four of Swords in reverse, okay? This to me is a warning against burnout, okay? Okay, so it's like a card of deep rest. And honestly, what am I getting? Is this reverse or not? Because I don't usually take reversals, okay? It's like a pause of sorts, right? Okay. And this Empress, it's the key is what I'm just hearing, okay? I'm seeing this Venus sign right here as a key, as well as these little keys back here. And to me, it's talking about, the key to being this creator, to being a little mini God on earth, to bring this manifestation into being, is to be this Empress, okay? She is unattached to this outcome, right? So like the Three of Cups is like, you can't sit with us. The Empress is like, I don't fucking want to, okay? She is like a boss. She is the HBIC, okay? She does not worry about something that she desires that isn't present yet because she knows how powerful she is as a human being with godlike consciousness, okay? That is what separates us from animals on Earth. Not that they are less than us, but we have creative potential and powers naturally, okay, as beings, right? But this Four of Wands, or Four of Swords, what did I want to say? Four of Wands. What was Four of Wands? No, we're letting that message go. It's a very peaceful card, okay? Pax is written in the stained glass window right here. I just think I'm beating the dead horse now, okay? That's why I'm stuttering and trying to like come up with perhaps a different interpretation. But I get that the work is done, okay? You've paid your dues. It's time to do something that's a little difficult, okay? But you don't think at first that this is difficult, to let this go, to clear your energy, to be in the state of acceptance, okay? To bring in this abundance, but it actually really is, because it requires you to have a little bit of faith, okay? This Empress card, it talks about, I think that you guys could adorn yourself a little bit, and that would help, okay? But we are focusing a little bit on love here, okay? But by adorn yourself, I mean inflate yourself. I feel like inflate has a negative connotation. It's like take care of yourself in order to feel more beautiful, because that gives you self-confidence and that puts you in the steering wheel, okay, in the driver's seat again, right? It's the energy of creating whatever you want, creating heaven on earth, right? It's happening, right? You guys are definitely manifesting something, all right? And I see this as coming through the key lesson right now, the message from the mermaids, the sea sprites, the ocean at large, is that right now, a little bit of love is going to go a long way, okay? I do see love in your future, but what I see the most is you becoming a master manifester and seeing the fruit of your labor, okay? All this, background work you did, this could be self-help, okay? Whatever that seems to be about, I see you guys, clearing your mind. This Four of Swords is a meditation card, okay? Quiet your mind, heed the advice of the squirrel, clear out this energy, okay? And having that faith that it is going to move in, because it actually is. I do not doubt that for you, Pile 2. Again, Pile 1 was rough. I'm still reeling from it, honestly. But I would not just sugarcoat this, okay? I do see it happening, and I'm going to end your reading here. If you would like something more personalized and specific to you, because I can only be so specific in a general reading, there is a link below. You can book your own private, personalized tarot reading with me. And until next time, Pile 2, stay divine. Hello, Pile 3, and welcome to your reading. For those of you who chose this beautiful little glass vial of sea glass, okay? I don't know, for whatever reason, I want to tell you guys that it's like kind of heavy. There was a lot of little bits of glass that I collected. And it really just makes me think of like bottled mermaid tears. My mom has this poster in our bathroom at home in Maine, and describes a bunch of like quintessential Maine things. And the poster calls sea glass mermaid tears. And I just think that's so romantic, okay? But to me, it really talks about the ocean, okay? And like being worn, your jagged edges being worn smooth through experience or exposure, okay? So I'm gonna let that guy sit over there, and we're gonna begin your reading. Again, I don't really know what direction this is going in with your animal medicine. Okay, turtle, but in reverse, yikes. So to me, this feels like a need to connect more with nature, okay? Because the turtle represents Mother Earth, okay? 10 is calling me, which is the end of a cycle, okay, or the completion of a cycle, okay? Interesting. I'm curious. You also were the only Pile who got 2 clarifiers, so, life in color and then movie, as one message. This literally looks like David Attenborough, filming wildlife documentaries, right? Doesn't he have one called Life in Color? But I think perhaps you guys are curious about, it's like the energy of, especially with the turtle in reverse. I don't know. I get that things were not great for you guys most recently, okay? And this feels like a message of needing to kind of transmute this energetic state that you guys are in, and kind of getting you to like shift into something like nurturing yourself is what I'm getting. I know for some of you it would be really helpful to go to an ocean or a large body of water, the largest you can get to, and just sort of be near there, because energetically the prana, okay, the life force near that large body of water is going to be nurturing and healing for you, okay? Life in color, contrasted to this, black and white image of a real projector, I get almost like it's like wishful thinking. It's like you're watching a bunch of like TV and wishing your life and looking outside yourself and wishing you had the life of these movie characters, and it's like unrealistic to think that way because it's TV and it's scripted, right? Or it's like Instagram, like scrolling through and seeing like everyone's lives and wishing that you had that, okay? So here is a master tip for you guys, right? What you really should do in order to heed the message of this turtle, especially reversed, is to express. Why do I keep doing that today? I keep trying to say express instead of express. Maybe I just like thinking about my coffee. Express gratitude, okay? Now, I know this sounds so simplistic and easy, but it's a really good way to shift your mindset, okay? For those of you who can't like quite literally go into a large body of water, I think shifting your mindset is what we're supposed to be focusing on. I would tell you also to, go hug a tree, okay? Go stand in a large field, right? It really does say you need to reconnect with nature, okay? Like go talk to flowers, right? Go nurture yourself by going outside, okay? And how many times do we actually, heed that advice when we hear the message of get outside, right? Because like we are literally animals, okay? But we also have like godlike consciousness, okay? We're conscious and we're aware, okay? So we are like animals and unlike them. This animal aspect needs to be tended to, right? So it's kind of like you actually need to really like go into nature because it's like your primal energies inside need to be balanced somehow. I think that you guys are wishing for something and it's just not coming into being, okay? Okay, like it's a very specific message, but it would be like having a child, okay, and it hasn't happened yet. Something in you needs to be grounded or transmuted. It's like some pain needs to be given away, some grief, okay? But back to that message of expressing gratitude, it's really powerful, okay? So I wouldn't just waste your time expressing this, okay? So if you wake up in the morning and you list like immediately 5 things that you're grateful for, and then, before bed, that would be very helpful because it puts you in an abundance mindset, which makes you an energetic match, okay? At the very least, for those of my skeptics in here, it creates a more positive mindset so that you can see opportunities where a pessimist wouldn't, okay? I think that's really important. There's something about needing to be nurtured by outside, okay? It's like, for some of you, it's eating organic food. It's watching what you eat, okay? This little turtle, I'm seeing it as like a baby turtle, okay? With these little shell fragments, okay? I don't really see this as an adult turtle. I don't know. There's something so wonderfully naive and just simple about like a little baby turtle, right? I don't know. Whenever I would watch these like documentaries as a kid, and I would see like these wildlife photographers like not helping the baby turtles get into the ocean, because I think that there's like some unwritten rule that you're not supposed to get into the way of like the natural cycle of life like that. But I was just like, really? Like if you're expressing so many like sentiments about these little turtles being eaten and only like the good ones survive, like come on. That's not realistic. Like, it would be so simple to just fill a bucket with turtles and dump it into the ocean, right? I don't really know where that message came from. So maybe some of you guys just like really do like to watch wildlife documentaries, or, it could be really helpful to you to change up your TV routine and watch some nature before bed. Okay, I think that could be useful. But Life in Color with this movie, it's like believing that you have the ability to create whatever reality you want, okay? So I was driving to the gym today, and I was thinking about this idea that I heard or read somewhere recently. It just came to mind, okay? It was like, we really do first like decide what reality we want to live in, like what world we want it to look like, and then create it, okay? And the really lame example that came to mind was like a bookworm, someone who loves to read, and they want their experience on Earth to be inside a library, okay? So they literally like become a literary like critic, okay? Or they become a librarian, okay? They just created that world for themselves. They want to live in a beautiful library surrounded by books and knowledge and sharing that information, okay? So they've identified what that is, and then they've gone and done it, right? That world looks very different than my world. I'm not a librarian. I love libraries, but I don't spend all my time in them, okay? I hope that message is making sense, okay? It's this idea of like, having a little bit more awareness that you create your reality, okay? And needing to be more confident and paint with broader brush strokes, okay? To really splash, some new color into your life, okay? This turtle, it's like a really healing energy, okay? And it came out in reverse. Imagine a turtle trying to pick itself off its back. It's impossible, right? It needs an outside force, okay? And I need you guys to go outside, right? To get some life force in you, okay? So let's see what this relationship card is about. Reconciliation. Someone from your past is returning to your life. Okay. Okay, so, sorry, I just dropped the microphone. Yeah, I get a healing energy. I don't necessarily know that this has anything to do with love, but I am going to draw on it and show you this. Look at this. I created this deck over the weekend, and I just think it's remarkable. It's like a feast for the eyes, okay? But what I'm getting... Okay, Safe to Love came out. Reconciliation. Okay, interesting. It feels like this person, for those of us who are able to identify with this message immediately, I trust this person, okay? But let me get a couple more cards just to clarify who this is. Take this one slow. Okay. Okay, and that would make sense because if you guys have a history together and you rush right back into it, I don't know that that's, going to acknowledge the growth that you guys have done on your own, okay? I feel like this person is someone that I would trust. It does say Safe to Love, and I get this healing energy. It's almost like you guys need to fold love into your life in every aspect, right? I almost see you guys working at a dead-end job in an office space and like a cubby, and there's no lights in this. There's not even a window, is what I meant to say, in this office, this cubicle. And it's just gray, and you do that, and you drive home in your beater of a car and to your small apartment, and it's just like you have to shake up your energy somehow. There's something that's stuck, and it's like you guys are really in a rut, and it's time to pull out of that. And the best thing that you can do is to believe in this ability that you have as someone who is a creator, okay? So every single person on earth is able to create the reality in the world they wish to live in, okay? I think this is something potentially new for you, pile 3, or it's something that you need to take more seriously, right? I also am hearing, because I got that message about organic food earlier, it's like you need to incorporate more color into your life, okay? Stop wearing grays and blacks so much. Have little pops of colors would be useful, but also eat a variety of color, okay? That would be very healing to you. And in matters of love, okay, I do see this person coming in, right? Sorry, I have to sneeze. Okay, sorry about that, pile 3. So the message I just got, in French, a little death is what an orgasm is called. You know how that's related to a sneeze. Anyways, I get that this is a powerful relationship, but you guys weren't ready for each other, or you guys had like some karma blocks, and you had to separate for some time. But, I see this being healing, okay? This time apart. We're really trying not to run into it though, okay? For others, this is simply like, I just get like self-healing, okay? I get a time to really nourish your body, okay? I'm reading in the United States right now, where it's winter over here, okay? I know that that's sort of like a difficult time to get outside, but I still think it would be super important for you guys to do that, okay? Find what day of the week is going to be the warmest and then go outside and, try to get up close to a tree, okay? Something of that. But at the very least, you can incorporate color into your diet, and I think that would be useful, okay? So these two cards right here, this is going to be sort of the energy of what you're leaving and then the energy of what you're moving towards, okay? In a spiritual sense. Okay, leap. You go first, the universe will catch you. And then Pleiades, double mission, channeling and uplifting humanity. Okay. So for others of us, okay, this turtle, this Mother Earth energy, along with life and color, I feel like some of you guys actually are spiritually advanced, or at least understand a little bit about spirituality. You're not absolute noobs, but there is some sort of introductory, I guess, rite of passage is what I want to say. I think that for those of us who strongly identify with spirituality, okay, and this need to, incorporate more nature and to feel more nurtured and safe and secure, I think for those of you who can identify with those kind of statements, have also identified a direction they want to move their life in, but they lack the courage to take that first step, okay? Now, this leap, you go first, the universe will catch you. I think that it could be, you guys have some sort of spiritual mission, especially if you're moving into this double mission, okay? I think that you've identified a direction that you want to go in, but it's insecure. It feels not secure for you, okay? It feels too risky, especially if you're like living paycheck to paycheck, okay? But I've got to tell you, there has not been a time in my life where I didn't make a massive leap of faith and was not supported, okay? I was just talking about this with one of my psychic advisors, and she was just commenting on like, I was telling her parts of stories, but every single time she was like, yeah, except you weren't alone in that, were you? For example, there was this one time where I've talked about this on my channel before. I hated this job that I was in. It was not a match for me. It was paying my bills, but it was not a match for me. And the worst thing I could do was leave that job because it was my source of income. But do you know what I did one day? I literally said, F this. Enough is enough. Like, if I'm going to believe that I'm seeing all these synchronistic events, if I'm going to believe in spirituality, that there is life beyond this plane, I have to also believe that I will be supported, okay? I literally left the job. I walked out in the middle of my shift, okay? And do you know what happened to me? I was a professional photographer at the time. I got a phone call from my literal idol. He's a literal name in the field of fine art photography, okay? One of the best, I don't really need to give you any information. I actually don't want to either. Regardless, he called me, okay? Asked me to assist him that weekend for 2 days. I also booked, after I got back from that event, I booked a wedding immediately after that, okay? And then many other puzzle pieces fell into place. And it was simply because I shifted that energy. Sorry, someone is driving by. I don't know what the heck that was. It literally sounded like a motorboat on the dirt road. Anyways, but it was seriously, I just did it. And that's only one example of this leap of faith, okay? One time I was in a master's program, hated it, okay? It was just not for me. And I just left. I do this often because I really believe that the universe actually does catch me. After I, got my feet wet and started being interested in these leaps of faith and, pushing the limits, perhaps sometimes, yeah. It was many good things came from me leaving that program prematurely, okay? So I'm picking up on this blue and pink energy, and I'm seeing that pinkish and then bluish right here. So it just feels like healing, okay? It feels like my pile 3 has some healing to do, okay? And I feel like once you do a little bit of this exploration of, incorporating some better food into our diet, okay? Incorporating getting outside, I am so guilty of this myself. I used to be so much better about spending time outside. And for some reason, as I've started, to pick up and master some more spiritual lessons, I've gotten I don't know. I guess I just have a little bit of a different energy where I can really focus on the work I want to be doing. And I feel like, less inclined to be spending time outside. But every time that I make an effort and do, I always kick myself because I feel dramatically better, okay? I do think that pile 3, you chose the pile that I find very interesting. This one is unlike any of the other piles, okay? This visual cue right here. You got some weight to you, okay? There's something about you guys. I think that perhaps you guys are stuck in this situation because you guys are extra sensitives, okay? Stuck, with this turtle, on its back. I just get that, yeah, I feel like you guys are extra sensitive people, okay? You guys should look up what that is if you don't know what it is. I think that, that life in color, you guys could really benefit from, being in an environment that's more nurturing to you, okay? If you're someone who does not like to work a 9-to-5 job, you should not be stuck in a 9-to-5 job, okay? I'm doing a little bit of long-winded talking, so I really want to, okay, all of you came out. I will just, I guess, take you one at a time. Queen of Pentacles, okay, nurturing yourself, being grounded. Whenever my voice catches like that, it means this is important information that I'm relaying, okay? I'm getting this garden outside, right? And her retreating into nature. The Queen of Pentacles is very good at what she does in career and family, but she's also talented at nurturing others, right? She's the friend who would come over to your house if you were sick, wash all your dishes, clean your house, bring you a little get well gift, and then honestly make you soup before she leaves, okay? I get that as you, okay? I just get that you guys are like, you love others, and you it's like that Perks of Being a Wallflower quote. You accept the love you think we deserve. But a better quote in that movie, and the one I meant to say was, you give everything possible to other people at the sacrifice of yourself, and think that's what love is, but it's not, right? It's like the energy of setting yourself on fire to keep another warm, okay? I think that you guys are, again, extra sensitive, and you need to tune in a little bit is my advice, okay, pile 3? Tune in to what you're feeling. You picked this reading for a reason, okay? You were drawn to it. I get this really, really pretty energy from you, but it's almost like you're afraid of, pursuing more spirituality, okay? Or a spiritual career, something along these lines, okay? Because you're sensitive, you know? You pick up on like patterns that exist in the world that you don't like and you don't want to perpetuate, but they exist regardless, okay? I don't know who that message is for, but let's keep reading these cards. Wow, another Queen. Queen of Cups in reverse. Okay. Yeah, so she's my psychic in the deck, okay? And I think that this could be a message that you guys could seek a psychic advisor, okay? But also if you're looking for more specific information, because I can only be so specific in a general reading, you can book a personal reading with me, and the information for that is below, okay? But look where this queen has retreated, right? Actually, both of these queens. You know, I said if you cannot get by water, go into the woods or forest or a field, okay, talk to a tree. And then our queen here has gone down to the ocean. Do you know where this literally looks like? It literally looks like Christmas Cove, which is where I picked up these visual cues today, okay? And these rocks at her feet could be like the hagstones that I was using as visual cues too, okay? But to me, it talks about someone who has a wealth of emotional intelligence, okay? Someone who has a wealth of sensing abilities. Okay, this Pleiadian card right here that I keep getting drawn to, it's, I think someone in here is unaware of their psychic ability, and they have a lot of anxiety, and they don't understand that the anxiety is intuition trying to come through without a proper channel, so it just floods your system with anxiety and potentially insecurities. Okay, it's time to tell yourself a different story. Yep, I feel like this Five of Cups is kind of hitting the nail on the head again. Okay, there is some emotions that we have to process here. Okay, the Moon, yeah, and you know exactly what they are. Okay, so this is sort of like an important event, right? I'm picking up on the Moon too, and with this Queen of Cups, I do think that you guys have a psychic ability. Okay, this is the only pile so far that I've picked that up on. At the very least, you guys are really into your divine feminine energy, okay? Your ability to sense and feel is something that you don't value, okay? But others do, okay? I think that you guys potentially are, okay, it's like you're really able to read people to the point where it actually scares them, okay? Because you're able to see directly down to the root of their issue, and just comment on it or reflect that to them, okay? And I think it's potentially unsettling to them. All right, but this Moon card also with these Five of Cups, this is some energy that we have to transmute, okay? That I just keep getting, okay? There's something, you know, this crayfish comes up. It's a fear. It's an insecurity. It's a self-limiting belief. It's a doubt, okay? And you have to tell yourself a different story, okay, pile 3? I actually want to recommend a psychic advisor to you guys again, okay, or at least a personal tarot reading to be able to address some of these, okay? This is very dense energy. It's like really weighing on my throat, okay? Not yelling at you guys, just kind of sharing that. Let's see what else. Oh, okay. What are you? Okay. Okay, cool. Another major arcana card. This Six of Wands, okay, coming out over these queens right here, it says success, right? So if you feel insecure about pursuing a spiritual path or career, I think that is unfounded, okay? There's a lot of success here, okay? Now this Magician, okay, coming out over the top of this kind of despair card, this sorrow, sort of mourning our losses, okay? In addition to the moon card, it talks about transmuting, okay, calling down energy, right? I did get more of like a spiritual read on you guys, okay? It's calling down the energy from the universe to transmute the situation. Okay, I also see life in color right here, all these flowers. I think this winter it would be very helpful to fight seasonal depression by bringing in some new plants, okay? Or even literally going to a garden store like Home Depot or Lowe's, okay, just to walk around their flower section. I think that would be rewarding to you if you can't really get to an outdoor space that we're trying to talk about. Nature is very healing to you at this time. The big message from the sea sprites, the mermaids, the ocean seems to be reconnect with Mother Nature. Okay, I can't give you all the answers right now. I'm picking up on so much, but it just feels I can't be any more specific than this because there's just too many people I think who are being drawn to nature right now, but who have also chosen this pile. Okay, but I want to reaffirm for you guys that you absolutely have an ability to alchemize your situation, okay? And the biggest thing you could do is visualize, okay? If some of you aren't resonating with this psychic pull that I'm getting, I think that you guys have a really strong imagination, which means that you can visualize really well. And I think moving forward, one thing that you guys could focus on is utilizing all the tools at your disposal, your wealth of feeling, okay? Your wealth of creative talent, okay? Your wealth of, discernment, okay? And then this passion, okay? This final wand that's on the table, okay? It feels like you gotta follow your passion, okay? Especially for those of you who I seem to be talking about more of a career read, less than self-growth. Are you in a match right now, pile 3? Do you desire to be where you are? Because remember with that library example, you can change, you can create whatever world you want to live in, okay? You want to be someone who is surrounded by great art, okay? Surrounded by color, okay? So what do you do? Perhaps you apprentice somewhere, okay? At a gallery, okay? And you learn about selling art, okay? Or you just, help sell tickets at art shows or something like that, okay? That's what I'm getting for you, all right? Any other clarifiers? I really think that this is the end of your reading, pile 3, okay? And I wish you guys, the best of luck. I see some energy that needs to be moved through. I just want to remind you that you are really, really capable of doing this if you can visualize your way out of it, okay? And I know that you can. All right, so that is the end of your reading. I hope that you guys liked it. If you did, you can give me a big thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't, and until next time, pile 3, stay divine. Hello, pile 4, and welcome to your reading for everyone who chose pile 4. This second hagstone, and this hagstone has 3 holes penetrating it, okay? So for those who don't know, this is done by a limpet shell, most likely a limpet. Or some other snail, okay? These are naturally formed holes, okay? So either by erosion or, like I said, a small marine mammal, okay? And these stones, these hagstones, I'm really drawn to them. They have really great healing properties, okay? And powers of protection, okay? They're really magical, okay? And you guys chose quite a large one, okay? It's the first one that I found, okay? I don't know. I think that you guys are... For some reason, pile 4 always happens to be the more spiritual read. I just think that that's what you guys are. So I'm going to set your stone right there. And before we get in, or let's begin, I don't know what I was saying. To start off your reading, I think all I was saying was I don't really know where this is going. All of these readings have taken a completely different direction from one another. So I'm just curious, okay? Okay. Beautiful. Magic. Okay. So this raven, that's really cool. I sensed that, honestly, with you, pile 4. Raven, literally in animal medicine, means magic. Okay. It's like the energy of something coming from the void. Okay. And the void is, where life comes from. Where literally energy originated from. All new anything new, anything not presently known comes from the void, okay? The place of imagination, okay? I think that there's magic in the air right now for my pile of fours, okay? I'm getting this really grounded energy. My voice is slowing down. I feel perhaps, I think that you guys sense something in the air, and I think that I relate to my pile of fours, so I'm really interested in seeing where this reading goes, okay? You have an inkling, okay? You literally sense that something is about to change, okay? Either the universe is calling you, or you've called into the universe to provide for something and it's coming, okay? This Raven card is really cool, okay? I love to see its mouth open and its tongue out. There's something really dramatic about that that's calling me in, okay? Honestly, I'm going to reach for this box. This is Messages from the Void. I didn't do this with any of the other piles, okay? But I'm just really curious about my pile fours. Let's just give this a really good shuffle, okay? What is coming out from the void? You. You receive abundance from the present. Okay. Okay. To me, I hear two things. The first thing is that this is a confirmation that something really is coming. And that's why you guys, I felt that you guys are very grounded, okay? You understand that being in the present moment is where you create, and it's where magic is made and magic happens. It's where you can receive magic and receive abundance, okay? For others of us, it's kind of just a cue to remember to take your time when you're visualizing, bringing something into being, a desire of yours, send that visualization out and then stop, okay? It's just a reminder that if you dwell in the past, that's not going to be fruitful. If you dwell too far in the future, you're going to develop anxiety, okay? So live in the present moment, okay? There's something very interesting, okay? I'm just super intrigued. It's a general reading, so I can only be so specific, but I'm going to try to be as specific as I can for you guys, okay? This message of magic, okay? It's, I have a book. Where is that book? This book. It describes all of the card meanings, and it's the only one in this book that I have decorated. There, can you see that? Yeah, it's a little blown out. You see these stars? It's literally the card of magic, okay? So I'm very interested. Let's just get this clarifier. Class. Okay, interesting. Okay. So some of you could be interested in taking an occult class is the first thing that I heard. But the first thing I saw was like you guys are very sophisticated, okay? There's something about you. You have expensive taste is what I hear. Class. Interesting. Okay, I'm curious. You know, the other decks, I reached for the tarot last. I'm interested in doing things a little bit differently with you guys. So we're going to reach for the tarot first and see if we can't... Oh, you pulled out right away. Okay, manifesting something, waiting on something, needing to have patience for a plan that's already in motion. Okay. Okay. I'm going to put these upright. I have a love-hate relationship with reversals, okay? So 10, the end of a cycle. But what I get was this message of sensing, okay? Very once in a while, this card says, you are so close to the end. Just keep trudging along. You're almost out the mountaintop, okay? To me, this was like, you want to come out. Wow, okay. All wand energy, okay? You guys are definitely spiritual in nature. That's very interesting. Okay, so I'm going to draw on all of these, actually, especially this 10 of Wands, okay? But what I see is that this opportunity is coming, like, without a doubt, okay? Look at it. The hand is literally emerging from the cloud, and this Ace of Wands talks about let your path be guided by your passions and your drive, okay, and your creative talents, okay? There's something that you guys are super, super good at, okay? Yeah, it's almost like you could have your own masterclass. Hermit, okay. Talk to me about this Ten of Wands. It's in here somewhere. Oh, beautiful. Okay. Yep. It had been a long time coming, and you guys were doing some healing, okay? I see that with both the Temperance and the Hermit, two major arcanas, okay? I think that you guys are, honestly, you could potentially be spiritual leaders of the future, okay? I think that you guys are meant to guide humanity, perhaps, in a new direction. There's some magic moment that is going to happen in your life. I don't want you to explain it away, okay? Something really beautiful is coming for you guys. It's so cool. I'm so curious about it. I love that I relate to this pile too because it makes me get excited. Okay, let's draw on this Ace of Wands. Talk to me about this Ace of Wands. What else do I see? You know, the Hermit and then Temperance in reverse, it says a journey of growth, okay? Oh. Okay. Yeah, to me, this is sensing. It's like an inkling, okay? Interesting, okay? It feels, yeah, that makes sense. It feels like the universe doesn't want me to be any more specific on this, okay? But just to cue you in on what is happening, okay? This message, it seems like from the mermaids, the sea sprites, the ocean, the universe at large, it's like, we heard you, and it is coming without a doubt, okay? This Ace of Wands comes out. Yeah, look how spiritual this is, okay? The wands talk about spirituality and passion, okay? And it's almost like you guys really work with the universe and the law of cause and effect, law of assumption, okay? You guys, because of your willingness to steer your life, you take action because you know that the reward comes from that, whether that is like new energy opening up or like a literal physical reward. You understand the tit for tat dance with the universe that you have to take and the confidence that it requires, you know, to alchemize your situation and to move out of a situation. Okay, I see that you guys have done a little bit of a journey. Perhaps some of you could have been doing a dark night of a soul. Okay, this Hermit and Temperance card together, healing, okay, but some of you could also be healers. I see you guys as guides too, okay? Strong intuition, okay? There's this period right here, okay? This Two of Swords in reverse tells me that it's like a stalemate, okay? You've reached a certain level of spiritual growth that you sense that moving forward and trudging forward at this time is inappropriate because you literally feel like you deserve some reward, yet know that it is that we're not guaranteed anything. You feel a little bit guilty about knowing that you deserve something, is what I'm feeling in a spiritual sense, right? You feel guilty about being in this energy of anticipating some grand thing coming. I really get that for you. This is so cool. Every single pile has been dramatically different, okay? And some of them not so positive, okay? But this one is super, super positive, okay? It's really cool. I can like see your guys' mind, okay? And it's this, what interests me the most is your self-concept and your self-awareness, okay? I truly get that you guys really understand how the world works and that you guys are you're having a spiritual, you're a spiritual being having a human experience, okay? And you can alchemize your life and transform it, okay? And it's because you've had some trial and error, right? Very cool, okay? Yeah, this message, I can't be any more specific because it feels as though, even with this message, I like literally tried to be specific for you guys with the message from the void. You receive abundance from the present, okay? It tells me that you guys know what you're doing and that you are on track, and you're right. You do deserve this thing coming, okay? And it's certainly on its way. And I wish I could be more specific with you, but I think that that element of surprise is necessary because that's going to enhance this, okay? Interesting. I'm not getting really anything else from this class card, okay? But that's totally fine. What I wanted to reaffirm, sorry, before I got sidetracked there, was I just wanted to re-say that don't try to explain this magic away. Whatever form this takes, Don't try to explain it away as something less than, the magnificence that it is. You've done too much work, You understand that it's not something by chance, okay? It's not a coincidence, it's a synchronicity, okay? Let's move in to see what this romance card is. Heart-to-heart conversations. Honestly discuss your feelings with each other. Okay. So, in order to get some more information on this, I created this deck over the weekend. Oh my god, you guys are not ready. You ready to see some magic? Look how beautiful that is. Isn't that remarkable? I know I'm totally like inflating my own ego right now. I made this deck over the weekend to be speaking specifically about romance, okay? Let's just see if we can get some more information, okay? This heart-to-heart conversation, I see, it's interesting, okay? I see it as contradictory. The angels look very seductive and like very lighthearted and like tee-hee, like, ooh, juicy. This girl, it's like she's trying to get his attention. He could care less. He looks literally dead, okay? Yeah, he looks empty inside, and she's like trying to woo him. And it's a card of heart-to-heart. Sometimes, my hair just stood up on my neck. Sometimes I really don't like the cards. I am so picky with decks. I went to, over the weekend, 3 different stores in Los Angeles to try to find a tarot card deck, a new one, so I could... When I draw piles in advance, I don't like to do tarot because I only have one tarot specific deck, and I don't like to use it for clarifications because if I draw 4 piles, I mean, that's so many cards from you understand what I'm trying to say. But I went to this one store and there is literally over 100 decks. I didn't like any of them. I literally did not like any of them because I am so particular, okay? Maybe you guys are too. I think that you guys are just like sensitive and sensing, but I'm so particular about the artistry, okay, and the art direction of the cards, and if it's actually helpful, or just pretty, I don't know why I'm trying to tell you guys this message. I just don't like this card. There's something about it I'm not relating to. It's a heart-to-heart conversation, but this dude there is like looking off into outer space and he has no clue. He doesn't see the beauty that he has right in front of him. And she doesn't think that she deserves better, so she keeps trying to prattle on, okay? Oh, redhead. Interesting. Okay, this guy, this girl, what are you? Friends with benefits. Ah. Oh, okay. Now it makes sense. Redhead, again, talks about a fiery, passionate person, okay? A really, really good lover, and that's probably why we have friends with benefits coming out. But what I also see is that I think that our guy figure here, he could not be someone who is as emotionally mature as you, okay? Oh, wow. These guys wanted to come out too. Okay, we'll get to these in a second. I'm going to leave them there. And I'm going to stop shuffling. This friends with benefit card, okay, it to me says that there is some sort of connection here that's beautiful, but you guys started off by like trying not to have strings attached, okay? Trying not to fall in love with each other because you both have wounded sort of romance energy that you needed to heal. And it's almost like you've been doing this healing together, okay? Redhead with friends with benefits, and then heart-to-heart conversations. I see you, one of you in this relationship. I think you both lack the courage to open up, is what I'm getting, okay? And what I was getting before I interrupted myself a million times because I'm a freaking air sign. I am an Aquarius sun and a Gemini moon. This guy, I think he's perhaps lost in thought, okay? And she, is emotionally mature and has a very good grasp of self-concept. She's willing to share her feelings with him. He is lost in his head because he doesn't want to get hurt again, okay? And it feels like the energy of, we said we would just be friends, but it feels like something more. Right, pile 4? That's what I'm getting, okay? And these last clarifiers, okay? Your lips, my lips, apocalypse, right? Very sensual energy, especially with redhead, okay? I get that the love is really good. Where did I say earlier it's a good love maker? I don't know why I said that. Was it your pile? It might be. This card can also talk about a very good person in bed. Anyways, just text them. Okay, that's the next card. Just text them means, heart-to-heart conversation, quite literally, right? It feels like there's absolutely mutual feelings. It's just he, she, this other figure, okay, who's not in this tarot reading right now, but in a relationship with you or a friends with benefit things, a fling, they feel the same way. They just lack the courage because they don't want to ruin what you guys have right now. But I think there could be something more, right? Tiger teeth, okay? When you swallow someone whole, you are bound to choke, okay? So it's like this thing, it started off as a fling, and I think it's because if you both went in whole hog, like, it would be too much, right? Oh God, this story it's telling is very personal to me with these two cards. I think that there was a separation at some point, okay? It's like, or in a past life is what I'm getting, but this time around you guys are going to do it differently because you're starting off slow. Okay, I hope this is making sense, this love reading. It's very interesting. I really like my pile fours. I just want to keep talking to you for some reason, even though we have to move on. Tiger teeth, though, it says, don't consume this person, right? Let it kind of, not necessarily be friends with benefits, but don't let that lighthearted energy leave this relationship, okay, pile four? Because it feels like the passion, because there's so much here, it could burn you both, right? It could get too hot, too fast. And I'm not seeing burn out necessarily, like a loss of passion, but I see it's like scorching you to the point where it blinds you from other things that you're trying to do with your life. Okay, I see a really, really, really interesting relationship. I can't be any more specific, pile four. If you want to book a love reading with me, I have information. There's a link posted below. But I'm really interested in this relationship, okay? Yeah. Do I want to say anything else? I think not. Let's move on to your final two cards, okay? This is kind of spiritual energy, okay? What you're leaving and then what you're entering. Okay. Wow. Very, very powerful cards. Okay. The crumbling. What are you clinging on to? Boundaries. Where do you need to establish better boundaries? Okay. Interesting. What I'm getting is I sense this. Okay, I'm not saying tower moment. Let me be clear. I'm not saying tower moment, but this is certainly reminiscent of the tower card, is it not? What I'm focusing on here is this grand, freaking beautiful, amazing life beyond this opening, right? This opening of this like old tower, okay? It's what I'm trying to say. Oh my gosh, I'm so long-winded right now. The tower card can also mean spiritual enlightenment, okay? Because you have lightning hitting the crown chakra. Lightning is representative of life-giving energy, okay? Now, and in addition to this figure right here, I see you stepping into something amazing, okay? And when you take on that level of power and ability, everyone wants a piece of you. They can sense you leveling up, right? They can sense you being and having something to do with magic, right? Something remarkable. It's like you're like new to this field, but you're already amazing, right? It's like your first book that you wrote just kind of as a joke, and it's literally a Nobel Prize winning piece of art, right? Something like that. It's like you literally it's your first attempt and you're incredible at it, okay? But it's also just this fact that when, you guys are really good at just picking up on when something is done and it's time to leave it, okay, in the past. And because of these spiritual lessons that you guys have been mastering, because it's definitely spiritual in nature, okay, because of this willingness to co-create with the universe, you get the other side of the coin, okay, which is power and magic, okay, which is your abundance, okay, which is prosperity, sorry. Okay, whatever you would like that to look like. And I was stuck on I just had that brain fart because I was stuck on the energy of like, you feel guilty almost for knowing that this is coming, right? It's like you've done all the work and you pile 4 feel safer and happier doing the spiritual work and gaining all these lessons and healing. You feel better being in this position than you do in the one that you are presently, which is, this energy of like knowing something good is coming. Getting the reward, being at the point in your life where you get to have the benefit, the manifestation. Wow, really? Manifestation comes into being, right? This leveling up, this increase of power, this magic of life shown just to you, okay? You feel more comfortable being in this lesson phase, right? But it's time to get something a little bit bigger, something a little bit better, okay? For some of us, it really is love, okay? But very, very cool, okay? This is the end of your reading, Pile 4. I really enjoyed it. If you're not already subscribed, you can consider subscribing. If you could, give me a big thumbs up. If you've made it this far in the video, it really helps other people receive these messages and it helps my channel grow. And until next time, Pile 4, stay divine.